about that. I got cut off. I'm going to continue on with this ownership because there's a lot of avenues that I want to discuss with this. Sorry, I'm on my walk crossing the road. Don't want to get squashed trying to do these messages for you. But, alright, so the last one I got into, like I was saying, Hattie just gone up and said, I could have called a neighbor. I could have done this. I could have, should have, would have. I understand the gravity, like I was saying. Be real about it. Don't make it come across like we're supposed to feel bad for you or that it was a minor mistake, because it wasn't. That could have been a very nasty headline. Justin Timberlake gets in the car and kills somebody on his way home because he was drinking. That is a career damager and a life damager. And if it is true that he is a multiple offender, how many times are we going to give this guy a pass? You know? And that's what I'm getting into. I'm going to stop bringing up Justin Timberlake. There's a million other celebrities that got caught up in some shit, way worse shit, and never owned it. Like Amber fucking Heard. Lying in a fucking courtroom is perjury. That's a crime. Why isn't she? Well, I guess she got fines. I guess. What was that? Marriage fines? Like, cool. Let's make it a trend to break the law and lie in court. Cool. We only got rid of a president for doing that very thing. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Impeached. This bitch lied through the whole fucking trial. Nothing. What happened? We just don't follow laws anymore? Like rapists. I don't give a fuck if the charges were dropped and they paid someone off. You as the state should still be pressing charges, because you should realize as the state prosecutor, I almost said defense attorney, that's the wrong side, prosecutor, you should know that most rapists are repeat offenders, especially when they get a pass. It gives them a sense of empowerment, and you're only creating more victims. But the problem is when it's a senator's son or an athlete or a Hollywood starlet or a musician or a comedian or a TV host or some kind of gold medalist for America that we're supposed to beloved and cherish. If they actually commit a crime, they don't actually commit one though, do they? Because even when convicted, O.J. Simpson still on his death day makes the news as if his life has any fucking relevance. He killed 2 people and got away with that. Nobody should have heard about when he died. He should have just right off the earth. We glorify these people who do horrible things. And it's like, even if they get jail time, like, I love Martha Stewart. I think she went to jail for tax fraud or something stupid. It's like she only hurt herself in the process. She wasn't out here like driving around drunk or shooting up or whatever, you know. She just didn't pay some shit, which is not cool. Not supporting tax evasion. Trump. How can he run for president? I'm not for or against any side. I don't want any of these fucking candidates. They're all idiot assholes that are going to sink this country no matter which way they fluff it up for you. So don't think at all that I'm supporting Biden. I am not. And I am not supporting Trump. But when did we start electing felons as American presidents? That's a real good look, America. Granted, if somebody committed a crime when they were 18 years old, and then they had the rest of their life turned around, they did all these amazing things, I would give that person a shot as president. Because they learned some shit, right? They're an evolved person. Do you think Trump is capable of evolution? He's always going to be who he is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. He's too old to change. People get set in their ways. It's like a dog at a certain age, or even the obedience school. It's like, there's not much I can do here. You know what I mean? And they say all dogs can be taught. That's not true. Everything is a choice. People pick their path, and by the time they get that set in their age in life, that's the path they're on. People have to learn to help themselves. everybody has good and bad side. Even like if you look at history and you look at all the like crazy assholes that did a bunch of, sorry, I'm whispering, there's little kids, crazy assholes who did a bunch of fucked up shit. Like in some pocket of their life, there was a moment where they were good or did something good, but for the most part, they were just like a kraken from demons from hell or something. But like everybody has good and bad, and everybody can change. But I feel like sometimes even God gives up at certain points, or whatever you believe in spiritually. But all these things that aren't crimes that we stand for, like celebrities who project unrealistic body types that are pushing women to feel like they need to look more like a Barbie doll than a human. We shouldn't be supporting that. We shouldn't be shaming people's bodies in general, but we shouldn't be uplifting as in like Hollywood movies, TV, film. We shouldn't be supporting certain images, body types, looks as beautiful as relevant. There should always be a solid, healthy mix of average people, because if you think the average people who actually go to the movies look like the people in the movies, you're kidding yourself. So we're setting this unrealistic expectation that everybody's trying to achieve and they never can, so they walk this life feeling like shit about themselves, and Hollywood never owns it. They never acknowledge that they're perpetuating eating disorders, that they're perpetuating confidence issues and illusion and fakeness. Like even me, I'm calling my own self out. I use filters a lot. I like to change my look. It's just easier to do a filter than dyeing my hair 6 times. Or, I've just grown accustomed to using filters over my own face, especially as I age. I have self-conscious issues too. But what I'm getting at, it all stems from the things we see, listen, and hear. And even, I'm not body shaming. I'm just making a point. I'm going the wrong way on my own walk. Like there's a certain body image that somebody will have and they'll make it big. And they pay money, which it's good to get healthy. It's good to take care of yourself. And I think money does open that for you. But at the same time, it's to me an objective to get more roles for something, to have a more popular image. They accept in themselves that they don't fit in with their Hollywood whatever crowd, so they in turn start changing their own selves to fit that standard. Like you can't be in the industry without becoming that superficial yourself. So if you can't even be in it without being superficial, what do you think it's doing to the rest of the world? The perpetuated illusion of beauty, life, love. You like to be entertained. It's never going to stop. But taking ownership of the damage, like looking at myself of 40 years old, growing up, and all the things that I saw, I was deeply affected and influenced by women in the industry. And in my own personal opinion, I don't think they changed it. I think they perpetuated it and made it worse. Eating disorders is at an all-time high. Nobody fixed anything. You just fed into it and then taught your daughters and their friends, if you are in the industry of any kind, to never really fully accept their own bodies and shapes. There are a lot of people in the industry that do promote realism, and I fully support them, but they are by far rare in the unicorns of their industry. There is more posers and more fake plastic body parts, starving themselves, eating ridiculous diets to fit a mold that should never be the standard mold. The standard should just be you. You should be accepted for your talent and your wisdom and what you bring to the table, and not on your looks. And all of this stuff that we are influenced by has created the superficial world, and it's only getting worse with, video games and everything else. We need to take ownership that we're sucking realism from the world. Point blank, period.